From Neural Newscast, I'm Elise Moreau.
And I'm Evelyn Hartwell.
We are tracking breaking news on this Sunday, March 1st. Evelyn has the latest.
The United States and Israel have launched a series of airstrikes across several Iranian cities, including the capital, Tehran. This campaign follows the collapse of negotiations regarding Iran's nuclear program. The strikes are reported to be targeting nuclear and missile sites. U.S. officials are characterizing the operation as an effort toward regime change. While the international community watches the escalation, Prime Minister Keir Starmer has clarified the United Kingdom's role. Britain did not participate in the offensive strikes, but Starmer has confirmed that RAF jets are currently in the sky to protect allies and interests in the Middle East. The Prime Minister chaired an emergency COBRA meeting earlier today to coordinate the government's response. In a subsequent call with U.S. President Donald Trump, Starmer reiterated that British forces are focused on defensive operations. A joint statement released with French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz called for Iran to refrain from indiscriminate military strikes. The statement emphasized that the Iranian people deserve the autonomy to determine their own future.
The visual impact of these strikes has been stark. Images from Tehran show plumes of smoke rising over the city following explosions that were heard throughout the night. The UK government has stated that Iran must never be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon, and they continue to support a negotiated solution despite the current military action. Starmer has also noted that protections for British bases and personnel in the region have been increased to their highest levels. He cited a direct threat from the Iranian regime to dissidents and the Jewish community within the UK. The military specifics of the UK's defensive role are becoming clearer. RAF Typhoon fighter jets are operating out of Qatar to protect the Al Udeid air base and other allied facilities. In Cyprus, the RAF Akrotiri base has been bolstered with 6 additional F-35s, along with radar and counter-drone systems. These assets are positioned to defend Israel, Jordan, and other regional partners from incoming missiles or drones. The Ministry of Defense is maintaining a degree of discretion regarding which specific bases are under protection, but the deployment represents a significant increase in Britain's regional presence. While those defensive measures are in place, the retaliation from Iran has already begun to affect civilian areas. In Dubai, authorities reported an incident in the Palm Jumeirah area near the Fairmont Hotel where smoke was seen rising and 4 staff members were injured. Iranian state media has claimed an attack on Dubai was launched, though they did not specify the target. Consequently, all flights in and out of Dubai International and Al Maktoum International airports were suspended on Saturday afternoon due to the resulting damage and security risks.
Beyond Dubai, explosions and air raid sirens were heard in Doha, Qatar, which hosts a significant U.S. military facility. Qatar's defense ministry reported that it intercepted several Iranian missiles. In Bahrain, state news reported that the service center for the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet was also subjected to a missile attack. These developments have led to immediate and severe travel warnings for British nationals across the Gulf region. The Foreign Office has advised against all travel to Israel and Palestine. British nationals in Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates have been told to shelter in place immediately. Those in Saudi Arabia are instructed to remain indoors in secure locations. Citizens in Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Yemen, Turkey, and Oman have been told to remain vigilant. Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper has expressed solidarity with Emirati officials following the scenes at the Palm Hotel, describing them as awful.
Domestic political reaction to the strikes has been swift and polarized. Conservative leader Camille Badenoch stated she stands with the U.S. and Israel against the threat of the Iranian regime. Conversely, Liberal Democrat leader Sir Ed Davey warned that the UK must not be dragged into another protracted Middle Eastern war by a U.S. president, calling the military action unilateral. Emily Thornberry, chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee, also questioned the legal basis for the strikes. She suggested that the U.S. and Israel were not under imminent threat at the time the campaign began. As the situation evolves, the priority for the UK remains the safety of its nationals and preventing further escalation into a wider regional conflict. From Neural Newscast, I'm Elise Moreau.
And I'm Evelyn Hurtwell. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.
Neural Newscast uses artificial intelligence in content creation, with human editorial review prior to publication. While we strive for factual, unbiased reporting, AI-assisted content may occasionally contain errors. Verify critical information with trusted sources. Learn more at neuralnewscast.com.